Now I'm going to read a book called The King's Highway. It's kind of a long book, but I think you'll really like it. Once there was a wise king who had no family. The king grew old, and knowing he had no successor, that means somebody, children to take his place, proclaimed that in 3 days' time he would hold a contest, and whoever best traveled his highway to the castle would be crowned the new king. The decree was read throughout the land. On the morning of the 3rd day, spectators lined the roads to watch as those who wished to be king began their travels. Standing at the road's edge, a young shepherd named Michael tended his flocks. Gazing at the crowds, he asked, "Why is everyone gathered on the king's highway?" "Haven't you heard?" replied a stranger. "Today, the king's best traveler will become the new king." Each traveler was dressed in his finest clothes. The knight rode a magnificent horse. Never had Michael seen such a splendid display. Wondering which traveler would be chosen, he gathered a sack of bread and cheese and followed the grand parade. The group trekked on, each hoping to be judged the best traveler. Just as the castle came into view, the travelers discovered a mound of rubble blocked the highway. "How can we travel with this in our way?" they cried. See this big dirt? There's the castle back there. "My fine clothes shall get dirty," said one. "I would have to come down from my horse," said the noble knight. "My many servants could clear this, but they are home guarding my wealth," said the rich merchant. Knowing that someone there would be the new king, Michael worked his way through the crowd and started clearing the rubble so each could continue. He opened a narrow path for the rich merchant to pass. He continued until there was space for the knight on the horse to get through. He kept working and smiled at each traveler until all had passed. But then the sun was low and just a few stones remained. Bending to pick up another rock, Michael noticed something sparkly in the soil. He brushed the dust away to reveal a golden ring bearing a royal crest. "This is the king's," he said. "Someone should return it." He looked around, but the parade had long since passed, and no one remained to carry the ring. See the ring in the dirt? Emptying his bundle of bread and cheese, he carefully wrapped the ring in cloth. Then, with the stars beginning to dance in the sky, Michael cupped the priceless package in his hands and raced alone down the highway toward the castle. As the travelers were celebrating their arrival, Michael finally reached the castle. The king, standing near the courtyard gate, looked at the boy. "It is nearly night, my son," he said, smiling for the first time that evening. "What has kept you?" See, there's Michael, and there's the king. "I am sorry it's so late, Your Majesty," whispered Michael, his voice trembling. "I found this while traveling. No one was left to return it, so I had to come." Then, carefully unwrapping his bundle, he revealed the king's ring for all to see. Taking the ring in his hand, the wise king looked first at it, then at Michael. "This ring is not mine," he said. "But it must be yours, Your Majesty," said the boy. "It bears your crest." "Yes, it does bear the crest of royalty," said the king. "But the ring now belongs to you. I proclaimed that he who best traveled the highway would become the new king. By clearing the road so that all could travel, you showed that it is not fine clothing, fancy horses, or even great wealth that makes a king. It is by serving others that one becomes great. Today, my son, you best traveled my highway." Then, sliding the ring onto the boy's finger, the king proclaimed Michael the new ruler of the land. The end. Isn't that a good story? So by doing good, he found the ring, And then the king knew that he was the best person to be the king after he is gone. That's a great story. I hope you remember to always do good things and be nice to people. You won't always get a ring and become king, but you'll have good experiences and you'll make people happy. Love you guys.